All right, so now I'm going to come back here to my refret, and I'm going to show you what I do in order to get the specs of what I need to do here. What I do next is I take my 6-inch ruler with 64ths and 32nds, and then I just put it in the slot like so. And then I look at it very, very closely, and I can tell how many 32nds the depth is. I can see that the depth of this is right at 2/32 of an inch. So that's the depth that I need. That's the length of the tang of the fret that I want to put in here. I don't want it to be any more than that because I don't want to saw these slots any more than I have to. If I find a fret that is just too long, then I file it down to where it's right at 2/32 of an inch. And then I use a file to clean up the end. I'll find one here and I'll show you how I've done it, what I do, and then how to make this thing go in there without doing any more damage than we need to do, because it's basically like hammering in something, and just don't want to hurt anything at all. Want to put it back in. Don't want it to be real loose in any way, shape, or form. And if we're going to glue this down, I use super glue to glue these frets down. So I'm gluing into raw wood, which is maple. And what I do is I put glue inside this slot, put some here toward the end and over here at the other end. And that way, put a drop in here and I put a drop in here, and I just let it dry. I do it to all of them. And then when I put the frets in, then I can glue the frets to the fingerboard, and the glue that's already in there will grab a hold of the glue and the fret and hold it down. Otherwise, if you just put the fret in and then try to glue it down, it's very difficult for the super glue to attach to the maple. It'll attach to the fret wire very easily, but to the maple wood, it has a tendency to seep into it, and there's not much for it to hold on to. So that's why I put super glue in first, just a little bit, just so that it saturates the wood and has a place to hang on to. That way the fret will stay down. All right, I'm back at the refret that I'm doing here on this Strat. As you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in. And I just wanted to show you that they are going in the way I want them to. I'm having to do some customization on this particular fret, mainly because the fret wire that was originally in here is very, very small. This is just what they put in back in the 50s. So I'm having to do the tang, which is the part that goes inside the slot. I'm having to reshape it, and I'm having to shorten it as far as the depth of it on the new fret wire that I'm using. So I've got the fret already at the right depth on the tang, and I've got it curved, and I've got one end of it already put in, as you can see. And now what I'll do is I'll finish it up, I'll hammer it in, and then I'll bend these tabs here. I bend them down with the hammer. I hit them just slightly so they bend over, so they're kind of like graping over like this. Right now they're like that. But I'll hit the ends so that it'll come over. That'll make sure that these ends here touch up against this part, and it'll make a cleaner job and a cleaner file, and I don't have to worry about anything sticking up here at the end when you're sliding up and down. So but that's what it looks like, and it's fixing to go in, and then I'm going to clean it, and then I'll cut it, and it'll all look just like the rest of these here. So as you can see, I've hammered it in, and I've got these ends bent over, and so that they're nice and flush. Everything is seated properly, no gaps. And now what I do is I take these guys here, and then I just cut it. And there it is. And then I do the same thing on the other side. And then I just continue until I'm all done. As you can see, they're all in. They're cut. and they're inside. I've not glued them down yet, but everything is in place, ready for me to glue them down. And take a look at it. It is just as straight as an arrow. It's beautiful. I'll be able to do a good fret dress on it and everything. But once I get the neck tension on here with the strings, I'll have to take a look at it again just to make sure that everything is straight. And here it is against the light. I always like to have plenty of light. Outside light, inside light. But you can see the neck is straight as can be. It is just what I like, and what'll make my fret job come out really well. Now it's just a matter of making them leveled, and then glue them down, level them, and then shaping them back out, polish them, and then make the nut, and then go from there.